Hey everybody, it's Daniel. Welcome back to my living room in beautiful Barcelona. Today, we're going to talk about another Spanish word which has a lot of meanings. The word of the day, the verb of the day, is picar. Picar, I was thinking about it just a few days ago and I was thinking, there's at least 3 ways that I use picar in my day-to-day life. But later, I went to word reference and I found 10 ways, basically. So I've got 10 different ways and a little bit of extra vocabulary on the side, 10 different ways that you can use the verb picar in Spanish. So, once again, we're not going to do conjugations this time. I will just give you the conjugations in the little sentences we're using, and you can learn the conjugations on your own, or someday I will do videos about them. But that's not the most exciting thing, so I'm going to leave it for another time. Let's start with a fun example here. Me pica el ojete. You're going to love this. This is my butthole itches. If you really need to say this, then, it happens to all of us from time to time. Ojete in Spanish literally would be your little eye, but it's your butthole. There's probably other words for this. In Spanish. In English, we have several. It's your anus. So, me pica it's itching. It itches. So picar is itch in this case. You can say this in a lot of different ways. Ay, me pica todo. Everything itches, if you have an allergy or a rash or something. So that's one. Picar is itch. 2. ¿Quieres picar algo? This is something if you go to a bar and you order a couple of drinks and you're sitting down, the waiter could tell you, ¿Quieres picar algo? In this case, you're talking about having a snack, eating something small. You don't use picar for having a whole meal. You use it if you're just ordering. Here you would order patatas bravas, which are just like potatoes with hot sauce or something similar. You could order some boquerones en vinagre, which would be little anchovies cured in vinegar. You could order calamares fritos or calamares a la romana or something, which is just squid in, fried squid, basically. Typical things. Picoteo is kind of the activity they're talking about here. But picar is to nibble or to eat something small. Picar algo. Different than comer algo, which is, having a meal. You could say, number 3, me picó un mosquito. In this case, the mosquito bit me. A mosquito bit me. Me picó un mosquito. You use this for something that is small and without teeth. It's picar in that sense. If something small and without teeth bites you, it's picar. We have a different word for if a dog bites you. In that case, it would be me mordió un perro. You also would, use morder for what you do to a sandwich or something like that. You take a big bite, not a small bite, and you have teeth and all of that. So, me picó un mosquito. The mosquito bit me. Me mordió un perro, the verb morder, for bigger bites and bigger animals biting things. Next, we have el curry pica mucho. The curry is very spicy. Picar refers to what spicy food does to you. Pica mucho. If you use it for a food, it's very spicy. You can also use the adjective, es muy picante. Picante is the adjective that comes from the verb picar. Pica mucho porque es muy picante. So, we have spicy. We have pica la cebolla. Pica la cebolla. I suppose you could imagine that meant that it was spicy, but actually no, because onions aren't spicy. Pica, from picar la cebolla, is chop the onion. Picar las verduras. It's chop something. Carne picada is ground beef. They put it through the machine, they chop it into tiny, tiny pieces, and it is ground beef. So picar, for chop something into small pieces. Then we have picar, which means break rocks. You don't necessarily use this in your day-to-day life because, I don't have any friends who break rocks professionally, and it's very probable that you don't either. But Los Picapiedra in Spanish are the Flintstones. They translate the names of TV shows and stuff in, from English to Spanish. So the Flintstones became Los Picapiedra, the rock breakers, or something like that, because they live in the Stone Age, presumably, and because stone is in both in that case. So there's that, to break rocks, which you probably don't need to know. Notice that like picar la cebolla, it's talking about breaking something into small pieces. After that, we have picaporte. Picaporte is a door knocker. Here in Spain, we don't necessarily say picar la puerta or picar en la puerta. We say tocar la puerta, which is knock on the door, with the verb tocar, which is also used for many different things. But the object, the door knocker, is a picaporte. So that's another one. We have Pedro se ha picado. Pedro se ha picado is Pedro. Pedro is annoyed. My boxing teacher back in the day used to say that. It's not very common, I guess, but if you in boxing, you are fighting with somebody, and if you hit them a little bit harder and they get angry and start hitting you back harder, Pedro se ha picado. He's angry, he's annoyed. So that's when you use it with a person as picarse, the reflexive verb. Reflexive verbs are a different topic, which we will probably cover someday. Two more. We have picar el anzuelo. Picar el anzuelo. Anzuelo is a fish hook. So picar el anzuelo is when fish bite on the fish hook. You can also use this sometimes for somebody like falls into a trap, I guess. If the police are, trying to trap criminals in some sort of activity, the police officer could say, a ver si pican, possibly. And it's, let's see if they fall in the trap. It's a trap like a fish hook is a trap. It has a little bit of food on it, but then it's a really bad situation if you bite it. So, picar el anzuelo. Anzuelo is, as far as I know, it's only a fish hook because we have different types of words for different types of hooks in Spanish. That would be a very exciting video for me to make one day, different types of hooks. And last but not least, Albino esta picado. Albino esta picado, the wine has gone bad. The wine is like sort of turned to vinegar. Sometimes you get a bottle of wine that's older and the cork has broken, and Albino está picado. The wine has gone bad. So that's a lot of stuff that you can do with just this simple verb, picar. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Not every verb in Spanish has 10 meanings, but there are definitely, an important number of verbs that have a large number of meanings that we use. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and go out and enjoy your life wherever you are in the world. I hope you have a chance to use some Spanish this week and practice. That's how we get better. Okay, nada más por hoy. Hasta la próxima, and until next time. Bye.